Hello friends, welcome to MCSA tutorials for beginners. In this video, we can learn how to do NAT in our Windows Server 2016. The full form of NAT is Network Address Translation. Now we can learn what's the purpose of NAT. Okay, we know that in our LAN we are using private IP. In WAN, we are using what? Public IP. The range of private IP is given here. That's 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. We can use any of these range of private IP in our LAN network. Okay. Suppose if a user logged in this computer and trying to access the Facebook.com from this computer, then the Facebook.com server is located outside of this LAN network. Okay. So what he need a public IP to going through WAN, means going through internet and connect Facebook.com. This computer need a public IP. He cannot go with this private IP through internet. He need a public IP. So what we can do, we can translate this private IP to public IP, and we will get a public IP, example 50.0.0.1. Likewise, we will get a public IP from ISP, and we can translate this private IP to this public IP, and by the help of this public IP, we can go through internet and access we can connect with this Facebook.com server. Normally we are using router for NAT purpose, but here we can convert this server as a router first, and we can enable NAT in that. Okay. In our topology, we are using 10 range IP address in our LAN. Okay, that is 10.0.0.1. Okay, and we have a server, which I installed the DC and DNS and it's the same machine. Okay, and I would like to provide an IP address to the interface which is connected to the LAN is 10.0.0.100. okay, and the DNS IP is same, that is because I installed DNS 10.0.0.100. okay. Also you can give Google's server Google DNS IP, that is 8.8.8.8 anything. Okay, now we can just go to the server. In that server we should have at least 2 NICs, means 2 NIC or 2 LAN interface card, or 2 network interface cards. Okay, one card should be connected with our LAN and another should be connected with the WAN. Okay, so we can just go to the DC, and here we can check the things. To take the NIC, we can just take run and type ncpa.cpl. click on OK. Now we can see that here we have one NAC. Okay, If we need, we can change the NAC name to, we can rename it. I would like to give LAN to identify it. And if we check the IP address, to check the IP address, just right click on that and click on properties and select TCP IPv4, click on properties. Here we can see that I have given 10.0.0.100 and subnet mask and the preferred DNS as per our topology. Okay, and now we can provide the IP to our client machine. So I am taking one of my client machine and I am going to take the NIC. So either I can go via run or just click on this network icon here. Right click on that, click on open network and sharing center. Click on change adapter settings. Click on Ethernet properties, TCP IPv4 properties. Use the following IP address. Here I would like to give the IP address to this computer. As per our topology, what's the IP address? 10.0.0.1. Okay, 10.0.0.1. subnet mask comes default. Okay, default gateway. Here I would like to give default gateway because this facebook.com server is outside, so I should give the default gateway address. Here in my topology, this is the default gateway address for this computer. So the IP address of default gateway is 10.0.0.100. 10.0.0.100 and the preferred DNS is, I installed a DNS in this machine, so preferred DNS I would like to give 10.0.0.100. 10.0.0.100. If you need, you can give alternative DNS, and if you need, you can give the Google DNS IP address 8.8.8.8.8. Okay, now we can just check the okay, before going to check, we should check that how we are doing this in our VMware. We don't have any physical machines as per our topology. We don't have physical machines. If we have physical machines, then we can just take the a cable from, means that the LAN cable from this computer, and we can plug it to the switch, and from switch we can connect this to the NAC port where it's connecting with our LAN. But in our virtual machine, it is we need to arrange it in proper way to get a proper output. So in DC, and in DC this interface and this machine should be comes in connected with one VLAN. Okay, otherwise we will not get a proper output in our lab. So we need to, what we can do, we can arrange some, we can do some we need to provide it with some VLAN, so VLAN kind of thing. So just click on this DC first and click on settings. Here we can see that we have one network adapter. Okay, and we need to click on LAN segment, and we need to add LAN segment is, we can now we can just give NAT. Okay, Click on OK. And we need to connect this LAN segment to NAT. NSC to NAT. OK. We need to go to our machine, other means the client machine, and we need to take the properties, settings, and we need to change to LAN segment and NAT. Okay. Now this computer and the port coming from this server machine is in the same VLAN. Otherwise, we will not get a proper output. So we arranged some. We have done some arrangements here. So now we need what we need. So okay, now we have we arranged. We could arrange all this this computer and this NAC to one VLAN here, and we just renamed that to NAT. Okay, and now we can check the connectivity between the client computer and the server. To check that, we should go to the client machine and just to take the command prompt. Right click on this start menu and it's take a command prompt admin. Click on yes. Just to ping 10.0.100.100. Okay, we are getting the output. Okay. As per the topology, our server should have at least 2 NIC or NIC or network interface cards to convert this server to a router. Okay. Now we are doing it in our virtual machine. In real case, we can just insert the NIC in our server, or we can just plug the cable to there. But in virtual machine, in our server VMware, we need to add one more NIC, means that now we have one NIC, so we should add one more NIC in our server, in our DC. So select the DC, right click on this and click on settings. Now you can see that here we have only one network adapter or NIC. Click on add to add one more NIC. Click on network adapter. Click on next. Here I would like to select bridged, means connected directly to the physical network. Okay. Why I chose the bridged mode here? Because we are doing in our virtual machine now. So if I connect this NIC to the bridged mode, then it will directly connect to the physical machine in my physical machine, and this physical machine have internet connection, so the connection will go like this. Okay. Otherwise, I should arrange it in different way. So if I connect this NIC to bridged mode with my physical machine, then and if my physical machine have internet connection, then this machine will get the internet connection, and we arranged this in another VLAN, so we will get a proper output. Otherwise it will mess up. Okay. And we can just check the NIC settings in our DC. For that, just select run, click on ncpa.cpl, click on OK. Just select the NIC right now we added. If you need, you can rename it. Okay. And select the properties. So click on TCP IPv4, click on properties, and click on obtain an IP address automatically, because we connected this NAC in this NAC properties as bridged mode with our physical machine. Okay, because we don't have any public IP in our this machine, so if our real machine have a internet connection, then we will get an a public IP address. Okay. Now we arranged our lab. Okay, now we need to arrange or enable the routing in this server. Okay, then only it will be act as a router. Okay, otherwise it will be only a server. And to act as a router, our server should have at least 2 NACs. Okay, because it will routing the different IPs, different networks. Okay, to enable routing in our machine DC, we need to go to the DC machine and right click on this PC icon and click on manage. Now select manage in our DC machine, click on add roles and features, click on next, role based or feature based installation, select the server. Okay, the right server. Okay, in this we need to select remote access, click on next, click on next. Next, here we need to select routing, click on add features, click on next, click on select the restart the destination server automatically if required. Yes, click on install. It will take some time, so I just pausing the video. Now we can see that the installation is succeeded on this server. Just to close this. Now just select or just click on tools. There we can see that an option that routing and remote access. We need to take that. In there you need to, if you try to expand this, then you can see nothing because it's disabled mode. So we need to enable that. Just to click on that server, our server, right click on that and click on configure and enable routing and remote access. Click on next. Here we can see plenty of options. Anyway, now we are planning to do NAT, means network address translation. So select that one, click on next. Here we can see that we have 2 interfaces. Use the public interface to connect to the internet. Here we configured the WAN interface. Okay, so select that one, click on next, click on finish. It will take some more time, so I am just pausing the video. After the installation completed, we can see that the red icon here is changed to green, means that installation is okay. Just to try to expand that, then we can see plenty of options in that we can to IP, we can expand IPv4. In that we can see an options NAT. Just to double click on that, then we can see that the LAN WAN cards we added. Okay, now as per our topology, our connections are okay. We arranged this LAN into separate VLAN like thing, and another interface of this server is connected with our physical server. Now I am going to take the internet connection in my real PC. So just to click on this network icon here and turning on my Wi-Fi. It's connected. And now I should get the internet connection here also, because in the properties of this machine I changed the connected, it's as a bridged mode. Okay, bridged mode automatic. So what I need to do, just to right click on this icon in my server, click on adapter settings, change adapter settings, and I just need to disable it and enable it. Again enable. Then we can see that this icon here is changed, which means that we will get the internet connection in our server. Facebook.com. Click on OK. We can see that we got the connection in our server machine, and if we if we are getting the internet connection in our client machine, then only our lab will be successful. So power on our PC, means virtual machine. Now we can see that in our client machine also now we got the Facebook.com, which means that our lab is successful. Likewise, we can configure the NAT in our Windows server. Here you can see that as per our topology, we connected. It's in another LAN segment, not in a bridged mode, means the Windows client machine not in a bridged mode, and we got the result. Okay, now we could take the Facebook.com in our client machine. If you need to see the network address translation, then just go to the server machine and click on Tools. Select a routing and a remote access. Expand the server. Expand IPv4. Double click on NAT. There you can see the NIC or NICs. There you need to select the NIC which you configured NAT. In this lab, we configured on one NIC. So just right click on that and select Show Mappings. Then we can see that network address translation session mapping table. Okay.